Good morning. Kasha and Sam, the first ones in. Always. Oh my God. I've made this work on YouTube as well. Let me fix something. All right, that's probably enough. Okay, I think YouTube should be fine. Good morning. I'm just giving it a second right now while I get YouTube set up. I need to make a permanent setup. I really do. I don't know how to yet. I'm still figuring out the fine art of things like YouTube and Substack, but it's all right. I am proving to be a work in progress. Happy Friday. I was gonna wait until Monday to come back, but I mean, I'm over my cold, so I don't really see a reason not to be here. So I'm here. Let's see if I can fix this setup just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. I hope you guys are doing really well. I am hanging in there. I'm never not going to be honest about how I'm feeling or how I'm dealing with things. I don't mind it. I don't think it's shade on me to admit when I'm just having a really hard time. And that's normal and human. Hypnotherapists are human too, whether people like it or not. Like you just you don't train your way out of having mental health crises or moments or mental breakdowns when the world's going to shit. You don't train out of that. You don't operate out of that. You don't suddenly become perfectly balanced constantly just because you're some form of therapist. It does not work that way. I am very proud to say that last night I had my first mega panic attack in years. Years. I couldn't catch my breath until I gazed into my wife's eyes. That worked like a charm. Darlene swooped in and held me up, and we grounded, and I gazed in her eyes, and she helped me catch my breath. And then she kissed me, and I was good after that. And then just whoop, panic attack done, gone, completed, full completion. Because I just honestly can't take any more bad news. This is exactly why I don't have news apps on my phone. I It's constant, it's too much, it piles on. Um, and I was gonna be live today on TikTok as well, but I fully deleted that last TikTok account. I'm removing it from my website. I was going to fight back by continuing to have, my posts as a part of the resistance to fight to break up what will be this crazy algorithm of um, of promoting Nazi posts that Oracle will be doing, pro-Israel crap and propaganda. Until I learned the lengths in which the surveillance will be on um, on Americans. There is no way, there is no way I'm gonna let myself knowingly be surveilled through my camera on any social media. No way. So that was just another thing for me to deal with on top of my mental health last night, was reading that and being like, "Oh, while I'm finally releasing all, like, 2 hours of sobbing and a panic attack, let me also notice this and go ahead and delete that last TikTok account," be specific. So, no, I'm not on TikTok. I will say this now this morning in the face of more bad news, the pharmaceuticals. Trump is setting tariffs, 100% tariffs on all pharmaceuticals and furniture. This is why it is incredibly important to get all the help that I can get from you all, to share my posts and share my work, share my website at least with everybody that you know, because the place of hypnotherapy in this time of pharmaceuticals, the place of it cannot be overstated. Um, you guys have walked along with me for a long time now. I haven't been on Substack and YouTube very long. It's going to take me time to build up those platforms. I need help to build up those followers. I am very low budget, as in no budget for things like promotions, because I'm just an average American with an individual business. I'm not somebody with a deep pocket, and I don't want to pay for promotions. I mean, there's no better promotion than people just sharing the work. But for a lot of you who have been following me, you have watched session after session of people reversing nerve disorders, diabetes, anxiety and depressive disorders, sleep issues, including sleep paralysis. My latest session that I share with you all was Parkinson's. I have somebody who's doing a session with me who has severe lupus. So I have my first lupus case next week. Cancer. I've had 2 clients with cancer so far. The place the place of past life regression is this. It is there as an option to reverse as much as you have going on, to where you don't need, either you don't need any of your medications or you don't need most. I really I don't know what past life regression can't reach at this point. I have somebody who has breast cancer reversing. I have another person who can't afford a session right now, and I really can't afford to do free sessions, but I'm doing my best to help people who desperately need it. And I have somebody that I agreed to work with whose father has dementia, and he's already far gone enough that we really do need to do remote healing as opposed to having him do his own session. And so, I mean, the the demo that I did in front of you all, where the subconscious said, "Look, when you do hypnosis on dementia, you're going to find that it works, that the dementia reverses." I couldn't help my aunt because she doesn't want help, but hearing the subconscious say, "If you move forward to do this work on dementia, that it's actually going to work," was massive. I need to find these sessions, and I need to do a much better job. I'm creating a system where I'm gonna have summaries made. I'm using CapCut description mode, where you can go into the captions, and when you click edit, it has the entire transcript as one big ongoing text box. So you can quickly, in under 2 minutes, copy and paste the entire transcript. And I'm asking ChatGPT's help to make breakdowns for every single session I still have recordings for, because I can't keep them all. There are sessions that I just have to delete after the client downloads it. There's only so many I can keep, because right now I can't afford to pay for um, uh, you know, a bunch of, like, mass storage, um, memory sticks and things. So I have to pick and choose what I keep and what I release, so I have room to record more sessions, because all sessions are recorded, and I send you the recording of your session, because you're not gonna remember what happened when you woke up. But I'm starting to get into a better system of getting ChatGPT to take a transcript and help me make an outline of everything that happened, and then having it inside of a Google Doc that is where I can control F through it for everything that I've done work on, and to take wisdom out of it and things that I learned, like separate like skills into another doc that I can use as I sit down with my script and continue to enhance it. Um, that's so that's some of the things that I'm gonna be doing to keep up with what I've succeeded in so far. But given what the subconscious has pointed towards that can be resolved and what has already been resolved in people through now over 250 sessions, it cannot be overstated the place of past life regression methods in the face of US tariffs. The more people that we can help who could just get off of these medications, the more lives will be saved ultimately for those who are not going to be able to afford their medications once these tariffs set in. Please, if you can. I am new to this. I am new to Substack. I am new to YouTube. I am new to Instagram and Threads. My sole place was TikTok. And the area that I need help the most is in sharing my work and getting and helping me to get um, people flocked over to these social media because I am not on any TikTok. I will not let myself be surveilled the way Oracle plans to. I grew up sexually assaulted by both of my biological grandfathers, and I grew up around all forms of predators my entire life. Nobody saved me. Nobody, nobody had the backbone to go to child services or pull me out of there. There is no way as an adult I'm going to allow myself to be surveilled by a pack of perverts and predators at Oracle and the US government and Israel through my camera. They're not just talking about censoring, period. The statement that I listened to by the head of Oracle was talking about we're not just going to be watching their videos and reporting videos that we deem should go to things like the FBI or blah 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 blah. No. He said he says we're not going to stop there. He said that we are going to start surveilling all people in the United States through their camera. Um, you mean the kind of surveillance I'm sorry, I see my lipstick on the side of my lips. You guys just see such a hot mess in me. I'm no shame in taking a moment to be like, "Oh my god, I got lipstick on the side of my mouth." Um, no, he literally in his statement said, "No, we're gonna go further than that. We're gonna start surveilling all people in the United States through their camera." He said that. If you think I'm gonna have a pack of, um Zionist predators surveil me through my camera in my house. The very thing that we got camera blockers for on our laptops because of other forms of predators on the internet, got another thing coming. I'm not doing it. But that does mean I need help to spread my work across these other social media to build a new platform because I'm not touching TikTok again. Sorry, I grew up around that. I'm not doing that again, not as an adult. I have boundaries and I've gotta protect myself and my family, and that is creepy. Please tell me we all agree that that is creepy as fuck? Don't do it. Don't stay on TikTok. S Please, listen to this statement for yourself and delete your TikTok immediately, and do not let your children and grandchildren be on TikTok. After that, there are plenty of other social media sites that if your children are gonna be on social media, they don't need to be on TikTok. Don't have them surveilled by a pack of predators. Serious? But back to the other key part of this conversation, cannot overstate how important hypnotherapy is in this age right now with these tariffs and with pharmaceuticals. Because if people like me can help you completely reverse those health issues to where you don't need medication because the issue is not there, that is one of your potential answers to that problem. Oh, yeah, sessions do help with weight loss as well. I if you guys see me looking back and forth, I gotta figure out how to set this up. I'm gonna work on my camera setup so that way it doesn't look so awkward with me turning my head back and forth. If you see me turning my head, like, far to my right, might be your left with the camera, I don't know. I'm reading the YouTube chat and I'm reading the Substack chat. We're live on both as we usually are. Yes, it does work for weight loss. We find out why you're struggling to lose weight and what's underlying it, whether that's cortisol, some kind of other imbalance, a health issue, and then uproot that issue and resolve it. So, yes, on the weight loss, I'm getting the same help for weight loss. I had PCOS. My hormones seem to be balancing very well since my session, and that was one of my blockers to losing weight. I used to actually be pretty thin, and I struggle. I easily bloat and gain weight. I have the worst time losing weight. And so I'm actually starting to do, I'm working with one of my colleagues and we're swapping sessions, like helping each other, whatever our health issues are, helping each other by swapping sessions. So I will say that I'm actually doing the same thing, and that's just me being fully transparent about stuff that I'm doing for my own, even physical health during this time. So the answer is yes on that. Good to see that you're feeling a little bit better. Thank you. I had a severe cold this week and it was awful. Please don't get sick. I wouldn't recommend it. It's awful. There was one point that the chills and everything got so bad, I thought that it was turning into a flu. I'm really glad it's not the flu. Um, yes. How's your aunt's progress going so far? There's no progress on my aunt. I really appreciate you guys asking. There's no progress on her. My aunt decided she doesn't want to do hypnotherapy, and her kids decided they don't want to allow her to do it because they don't know if hypnotherapy is going to have adverse effects on her with Alzheimer's because they don't understand it. They're not willing to talk to me about it or my success rates. They're not willing to understand hypnotherapy. My auntie's children have no understanding of hypnotherapy whatsoever, but they don't come off as the kind of people who are willing to have those conversations. I made an offer to do remote healing on my auntie through one of them, and originally the daughter said yes, and then she said no. I have to let it go. That's hard. That's very hard for me because I love my auntie. I have to let it go. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe at the end of the day, these are all blockers for me doing it because my aunt made a soul contract decision to pass away in this way. Either way, it's out of my control and I have to let it go. Um, I can't force my auntie. I can't force her kids. You have to want it. You have to want the healing. It's deeply unfortunate, actually. Yeah, it's really actually fucked up. I'm just figuring out how to fix my camera up. Now you guys can see not only the portrait. I wanna make sure I'm pointing correctly, because the camera I'm looking straight at the camera, even though I know the picture is here. I gotta get used to being on camera so I could be more fluent at this and not be such a hot mess. That's a portrait of my wife when she was my age in her career, I mean, just such a beautiful portrait of my wife, and then that is actually autographed. That is my autographed Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia in the golden bikini, and then behind my head is my autographed, Florence and the Machine Dance Fever album that I got with the tarot cards for all of the songs. The autograph is right there. There we go. I'm pointing correctly. There's my autograph, Florence's DNA. Um, Now you guys can see art and not my messy office, like my closet, pointing the camera correctly. Maybe I'll turn the camera better on my cell phone, but those of you on YouTube, that's the camera I was looking at so I could see. Yeah. There's a little bit of a glare, but that is Princess Leia in the golden bikini. That's your artwork. And maybe I'll do something with that whiteboard over there, and then it'll be I don't know, a cuter background. I don't know. It is unfortunate, but that's why education on what I do is very important as well. I'm feeling much better. I will say I canceled the, Y hypnosis. I'm gonna hold off on training right now because, I have to work on certification classes for the state of Washington so I can start taking health insurance, and I need to focus on myself. See, there goes my ability for English. I need to focus on myself right now and focus on doing the business and building it. I have courses I need to take for certification in the state and to meet the requirements to start taking health insurance. So I'm going to postpone teaching hypnosis right now because I'm not fully in the place I need to be a teacher. And classes with me won't lead to being certified because I'm not like a certifying entity yet. Um, so I'm working on that. I can make recommendations for your training, and then I can meet with you and schedule an appointment to talk about my methods and tell you how I've like for instance, if you get level 1 certified at QHHT, I can then meet with you and teach you how I evolve the script. But right now, there are other steps that I need to step back and take before I go back to that. That's one package. Two, last night, and I'll say it again, I don't care. I'm pretty transparent about this. Last night, I had a horrible panic attack. It was horrible. I sobbed for 2 hours uncontrollably and then had a panic attack because there's only so much you can bottle up and hold in until you get tipped over. And I saw my last bit of bad news and just got tipped over and then caught up on crying, leading to a panic attack for the whole year, basically. And it was much needed. It felt good. It felt good to release it. The more I released, the lighter I felt. So it was a good release. But nonetheless, that was a really hard place to be at because I have not had a full blown panic attack in years. And at that point, I was like, I got to step back from this idea of teaching yet to not only fulfill these other requirements first, to focus just on building my business, but I need to build my new platforms because I'm off of TikTok right now with everything on my plate to get used to these new social medias. Um, I don't have that built up platform to sufficiently reach people to even teach. I really need to focus on doing the healing work, doing the demos, getting predictions out, helping us get educated on what's going on and why from the perspective of what the subconscious can offer us. I have a full plate doing that right now, and I'm not ready to teach. I'm happy to talk about my methods with those who get certified in QHHT level 1. Stop at level 1, don't go to level 2 and on. Level 1 for Dolores Cannon's method. Get certified with other entities. If you at least get certified with other entities, which cost a lot less to get certified as a hypnotherapist, to where you have a background in hypnotherapy, I can help you. I'm not ready to full blown teach yet, so I need to step back on that. Yeah. Yes, thank you guys for all the love on that. Yes, I'm not afraid to definitely admit that, and I think it's really important for people who are going through panic attacks and anxiety. The US is in a bad place. And one prediction that I could speak about for sure right now because it was so crystal clear and you guys can hear it in Irma's sessions posted on my YouTube, is that they are going to try to sneak a bill over the holidays. We are now going into October. They're gonna sneak it somewhere between November, December, and it's a bill that in conversations and when it gets out, the conversation around it is gonna be, this bill is meant to stimulate the economy and to get stimulus checks into people's pockets for Christmas. And people who believe in Trump for XYZ reasons, they think they have, baseless reasons, who still trust this administration for God knows what reason. Um, More than likely, they're just Nazis, so whatever. Dumb people are gonna be shopaholics this set of holidays and thinking the stimulus check is coming, and it's not coming. And not only is it not gonna stimulate the economy, it's gonna be detrimental for the economy. So they say in the next, like, what was it, the next week? I need to look this up online. The new tariffs, 100% tariffs on pharmaceuticals and furniture, right? And then tariffs that were already set earlier this year. I don't know how much of it's been blocked and how much is still going through. Plus this new bill that they're going to try to sneak by that came up during the hypnosis session. That's going to do anything but help the economy. This is not the holiday season to go and spend your money. This is the time for you to put your money aside and to protect yourself and your family. This is not the time to go spending your money. This is not the time to shop around. Please know that. My wife and I are going to try to, as a staycation, we are going to try to get a cabin somewhere. We're going to try to Airbnb in a part of Washington that actually snows. So we could have a snowy Christmas, and it's going to look like going for walks and hikes and having coffee and hot cocoa with the snow. We're not doing anything commercialized or spending um this Christmas outside of maybe treating ourselves to a little bit of a getaway. Because all of us, whether we like it or not, are going to take a bigger financial hit by Christmas. The stock market, I don't know. I haven't felt that through. The election, the election fraud, I would like to believe would come up by then. We were supposed to, I wonder what happened to it. They had a scheduled hearings or court regarding the elections. It was supposed to be on the 22nd. Now, courts take time. They do take time. You can't just have one session. We see how long it's taken to reverse a lot of other tariffs that were illegal and a lot of other illegal actions by this administration. It took a long time. Court is not a short thing. But and I would like to hold out for hope on that. If they don't come to a conclusion by the holidays, we're still gonna face this. If they do, oh my god, it's gonna bring a lot of relief because that fraud case is gonna be leading to the removal of the administration. If they do not complete that and um to where it all comes out, that this is a fraudulent administration, if it doesn't by the holidays, we're gonna be screwed a little bit further before things get better. May not be until next year. It seriously depends on how long it's going to take. I mean, we saw how many months it took just for the tariffs, and then they finally found in the courts that, it's illegal, that the tariffs are illegal, and then they reversed those tariffs. The the court for, hearings over the elections just started or was supposed to. The news said months ago that it was going, and this came up both of my hypnosis sessions. The hypnosis session said September of this year. The prediction was that they would start hearing the cases about the election fraud. Then it came out in the news after I predicted that September we had set dates. The day of my wife's birthday, as a matter of fact, the 22nd was when it was going to be set to start that. That means that they should have started hearing the cases this week regarding the election fraud. And let me look that up. Let me see how to best look this up. 2024 election fraud court case USA. Uh, that's the best I got. In June of this year, there was, a judge ruled that a lawsuit questioning the election results in Rockland County could start. I'm looking for one that's, revolving around the entire country. Maybe I need to be more specific. No, why is this 2024? There should be one for 2025. Oh, I see what I did in my search. September 2025 court case, um, election 2024 election. So that should be what I should be looking for. Oh, here we go. Um, I don't see any updates on it. Besides New York, I don't see anything. I did see it in the news, as did all of you, when they said, uh, talking about September, but I don't see any updates. Most of these are all results. I might try to do a deeper search using other search engines too to make sure it's not just like filtered out. But I'm not crazy and that we saw all of that in the news, that there was going to be a hearing. So anyways, we'll have to deep search that. If you guys find it before me, shout it out in the chat. If you don't find anything during this live, send it to me and I'll make a video or include it in the next live. Still watching that. Oh, Chris here says, Chris H, a hearing was scheduled for September 22nd, 2025 to address the ongoing legal motions and set the future timeline for the case. Oh my god! A future timeline for the case? Yeah, that and Donna says they probably found a new way to hide it from us. Oh my god, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And then somebody else said, Judy says, I saw today that New York is starting a count. Yeah. So, one, probably hiding it from us. Two, two, they're still fighting for a future timeline for the actual case itself. That tells me that we are not going to have the results we need by the holidays. So please be financially prepared to weather this. And that means consider cutbacks on how you spend over the holidays, unless you have a deep enough pocket for this. Because the tariffs is not it. They're going to quietly try to pass a bill that they're going to say is supposed to be to incentivize people to spend and supposed to stimulate the economy and put stimulus checks in our pockets. That is not happening. That Donna makes a good point. Stock up on food. Make sure that your house has essentials. Whatever you can afford right now, the tariffs have not gone in. If there are medications you need for right now, please stock up on that. Number two, book a session with me. Book a session. I will continue to make my case by doing demos. If I can help you reverse the health issues that you're taking medications for to the point where you don't need those medications anymore, then I just helped you avert the crisis of facing those tariffs. When will your October schedule open up? It's not already open? Uh, hold up. Let me look at how it's displaying right now because October is open. How is it displaying for you? It only showed September? All right. I'm going to go use the facilities real quick. And then while we're chatting, I'm going to look at my calendar display and see how to fix that because that should not be happening. You should be able to go into next year if you want to. Yes. And if I can help you avert surgery, That's another thing. Because I've averted surgery for myself and for others, particularly those who have nerve disorders and, all the other stuff. I'll be right back, and then we'll figure this out. Water too. I need to hydrate. Okay. Let me figure out this camera too while we're chatting. Uh, because that should not be happening, and you guys should be able to see. You should be able to schedule into next year, as I said before. So this might be a setting that I have going on my website right now. So let me look at the that would be the website display issue. So I'm gonna go to edit website and take a look at my calendar and see what it says for the settings. Edit site. And if you have these issues, you can always email me and then I'll just book you directly. But I still want to fix this anyways. Because you shouldn't have to make a phone call to book a session. Most of us millennials, well, I can't say us. I love phone calls. I'm very old school that way, but most millennials do not like phone calls and do not like calling in. And I respect that and I understand it. So I would prefer to fix this to where we can avoid a undesired phone call. Um, let me see my calendar. That would be oh, here we go. Booking calendar. All right. Let me see. How does it behave? I have to look at the calendar behaviors layout. Everyone can see it. Standard, no. Oh, okay. Right, so it's not there. So I must have to do this on the page itself. Quick edit. First of all, the raining period is not to be taken on to visit. Are you doing this on your cell phone? I wonder if I need to check out the cell phone layout because I see an arrow to go forward to October of this year. Um, let me look at my calendar options to see if there's something that's better. I hit it, but it didn't flip forward. Interesting. Oh, Jay booked an intake. Amazing. Thank you for doing that, by the way. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Give me 1 second. So the arrow's not working and you're on the mobile site. So let me switch to the mobile. Jay, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I just looked at my calendar real quick to see what it is. So September 29th, a few more days. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go to the mobile version and see because it should show me how it should show for you and see what's going on here. Settings for the booking calendar. Oh, here we go. Choose a calendar view, monthly view. There we go. I switched it to monthly instead of weekly to make it a little bit easier. But also I wonder if that will help. Um, oh, okay. I already did that part. Okay. Let me see if that helps. Publish. Try that and then let me know if that works for you. If it doesn't, I'll be off here soon and I'll take a look at it. Um, Perfect. So last night, one of the things that helps me the most, my wife did it work? Did it work? You said awesome, Seeker. Does that mean it worked? Did you refresh and access October? If that worked, then whew, perfect. I'm taking it that awesome means okay, looking. Let me know in the chat. If it doesn't, I might look at my other calendar options on Wix and see if I could just change the calendar out or I'll have to go through all of my settings. I am not good at building websites. I mostly use ChatGPT to give me instructions on how to do things. I don't have the money to pay people to do shit. I'm either doing ChatGPT or I'm just going for it. And that just goes how it goes. Guys, you have the most everyday person that you could find as a hypnotherapist. I don't have deep pockets. I barely have pockets. I'm lucky if I could put my whole hand in my pocket. And when I do, it's spare change. So I'm not hiring anybody to work on my website. I continue to just go for it. I'm in the wing it category of my budget. And if that does not work for you, I'm so sorry. Please just call me and book a session. Um, that's where I'm at with my finances. My wife and I, we pay our bills. We are lucky if we go to the movies or something, and we play video games, and we do free things like go to the park or go for a walk. We, um, in order for us to go on a vacation, we have to save over the course of an entire year to go on a decent vacation. It has taken us all year to maybe have enough money to get an Airbnb in the winter. And I'm not talking about going out of country, even though the Canadian border is 3 hours away. Oh, no. I just mean a staycation here in Washington to go somewhere that actually snows for maybe 2, 3 days tops if we're lucky and have a snowy Christmas. That's my budget. That's my budget. That's where I'm at in life. That's who you found. Thank you for being here. Thank you all of 4 people on YouTube and 27 on Substack. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jay. That was very sweet of you. Jay says, "You've been progressing very well. Keep up the good work. You got this." Thank you. I needed that. Oh, and that was the thing too, is pep talks. You just reminded me because similar with Darlene. Darlene gave me the best pep talk last night because I had a complete breakdown. I was sobbing for hours because I was catching up. She's like, "Why can't you stop crying? What is happening?" And I said, "I don't know." It was like I could tell you what I last read, but everything that's running in my mind is everything that has happened all year. I can't pinpoint why I can't stop crying. It was like maybe 2 hours later. And then and then I saw that what was going on with Oracle, and that was like it was like it's like when you have a tower and you're playing the building blocks game, and the goal is to keep pulling the bricks and put them on top, or the whole thing's gonna topple, and then you put that last brick, and then everything topples. And it's like so there's all of my emotions and trying to stay balanced and be this like sturdy woman to 2 sessions. And okay, we just gotta keep, like, shifting with all this bad news to keep this one tower standing tall, this one fucking tower. And then that last brick with Oracle, and and then I'm crying about the whole year, and then I'm listing everything from Gaza to the United States to tariffs to predictions to, like, just to my my business not being able to pay all the bills right now because right now I don't have bookings after this next week for the rest of the year. I don't. And that's scary to sit with. Some days I'm like, I just trust the subconscious. I know the right people will come at the right time who need my help, and I will continue to meet the bills. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Woosah. And then other days I'm like, oh my God, I don't have any more bookings for the rest of the year. New tariffs, new high prices on groceries and things. And I have to get health insurance in October. And I had a health scare about a little less than a month ago, and I couldn't go to the hospital because I didn't have health insurance because I can't afford health insurance. And then we finally said, no matter what, come what may, even if we have to cut back even further in our life, you have to get health insurance. Because the next time you have a health scare, you need the option to go to the hospital. We can't just ride everything out at home. Like, what if something comes up that you might actually die? We're going to be in such debt, we might even lose our house. Like, can't do that. It's like, "Okay, fine. I'm gonna get health insurance." And so then that was that tip over of like, "But wait a minute, if we're barely making it now and I don't have business the rest of the year and things are slow, this Oracle thing happened and I can't in good conscience with my healthy boundaries stay on TikTok, and that's the only place I built a platform, and it's gonna take me forever to build up Substack and YouTube and all these other places. How in the fuck am I gonna continue to sufficiently get my work out there to fill up my schedule?" Because the flip side of helping other people is me helping myself because at the end of the day, that's the energy exchange. I help people heal, and then I'm able to pay bills because people pay me to do hypnosis. I was like, how am I gonna do that? Nobody knows me on any other social media except for TikTok, and I can't in good conscience stay on TikTok. There's no way I'm letting perverts watch me on TikTok and surveil me into my house from a Zionist fucking Nazi regime. No. No. And then that was like it, and then panic attack. So, lost my shit, got exhausted. I'm like, I'm a complete failure. My dumbass only stayed on TikTok. I should have done this all along. My mind went towards failure. I literally had a panic attack like I'm a complete failure for like literally however long that panic attack lasted. And my wife stopped me in my tracks. She was so comforting. I mean, she laid her hands on me, and just touching me and then holding me did a lot. It was already subsiding because I was like, oh my God, my sexy wife, my beautiful Cubanita, all her touch. And then I was looking her in the eyes, and then the rest of it was subsiding. And it was the most powerful pep talk I've ever heard in my life. I was like, how on earth am I ever going to retire you? I'm in a generation gap marriage. She deserves to retire. She's she's taking care of us. I did not appreciate how much what I've been making in my work has been helping with the bills. It used to be that Darlene was our sole provider and then mostly the provider. I did not realize how much I've worked up to. So actually where I do way more than I think, and I think I'm insufficient as a wife. And then she's like, "No, you don't realize you're not insufficient. This has probably been this is like your best year yet working for yourself, and you've doubled what you did last year." Like for somebody who's only done this for 1 year as a hypnotherapist, but 4 years with mediumship, she's like, "Do you realize that you doubled your salary in less than a year?" And even though it's still pennies and nickels, and even though it's not nearly where we need it to be, that trajectory based on you just giving it your best every day. She says, "You're an inspiration. You are not a failure." But also she's like, "You're going on about your like passions and like I'm first." And my wife was I so appreciate that. Like she so appreciates that she is on the front burner because I prioritize her and her ability to retire. And I want her to take a turn and be able to take a sabbatical and be done with work the same way she supported me when I was in college, supported us while we were in college, and she's like, "I'm gonna be able to do that. I know you're gonna be able to do that." But also, basically, the message was, "You're passionate about my dreams and my abilities to do things like retire, but I'm passionate about you and your happiness too, and you doing what you love and being successful. You're passionate about my dreams. I'm passionate about your dreams, and you're only thinking about my dreams, but you're not thinking about yours. But I'm thinking of yours." She's like, "We're great. We're okay. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna tag team." And like, come what may, it's gonna be okay. And it was like this huge pep talk, not only about like being sufficient and what that looks like to us and our definition with each other, but like that pep talk of like, no, like, yeah, this is a very slow time and a very shitty time in America, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna figure it out and you're gonna do it and you're gonna like overcome this. And and then her talking she went on for a bit about her passion about my loves and my passions. She's like, kind of like, can we talk about you a little bit and not just talk about me?" I think I made her a little bit uncomfortable because she was just like, it's not about one side's dreams, it's about both sides." And she's like, it was just the pep talk that I needed and to be able to calm down. And then the rest of it, it's like, well, how about this? How about we not scroll any more social media for other bad news? And now that you're not panicking and things are calming down, why don't we, since there's no way we can control the rest of the world's shit, why don't we just watch somebody somewhere? Let's just watch TV. Let's just put our phones down. No more reading bad news. We're going to watch this TV show for a few episodes, let our nerves calm down, and just get a new sleep. And then we woke up and looked at each other and said, it's a new day. And I needed that. I needed that so bad. I needed that so bad. Hi, Irma. Irma's here, guys, in the Substack chat, who I've been doing like demos with. I needed that so bad. Like for real. Thank you, Chris, for booking an intake appointment. I'm looking forward to helping you as well. Trust me, I hear you on the weight loss. Oh no, 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 you're not that C. You're not that C with the weight loss. I'm sorry. I just misspoke. I see two different Chris's, I think, or C is for something else, and then I see Chris. Happy to help you guys for those who did book sessions. But yeah, no, that was exactly what I needed. My wife was such a powerful encouragement. And the only things that we can control is how we support each other as a couple, as a family under our roof. We can't help what's going on in the world. It, and then, I mean, we can't, right? Like in this time with even more tariffs and rising costs of pharmaceuticals, the only way that I can help the world and be a positive force for change is to do my hypnotherapy work as diligently as I always have and to help as many people as I can get resolved to physical and mental health issues to the point where they don't need their medications. And the more people that I can help to do that, the more people who don't need their medications to where these tariffs can just go through and it's not going to impact you. And that means more lives saved. Because not everybody, I mean, most people are on medications that they need, like life-saving medications that they cannot afford to be off of. I need to find my other phone stand because it's not gonna work while my phone's on the charger. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna switch the place of these 2 cameras because this other one will be good. Hold on. Big switcheroo so I can have my phone on the charger. Hold on. That's the only thing that I could do to be a positive force of change during all this madness in the US is to help as many people as I can to find complete resolve of their health issues so you don't need those pharmaceuticals. That's all I have. You could book a session at mhhypnosis.com. And to explain it for those who are completely unfamiliar with how this works, especially for those who are also not familiar with Dolores Cannon, who made these methods that I've simply evolved, I use past life regression methods. We don't realize it, but most health issues that we go through don't just stem from things that have taken place in this life. And those things that you find that you say that you were born with, well, yeah, it's been there since the time of your birth, but it didn't start at birth. It started from a past life. It is due to unresolved trauma from previous lives that you have lived. Now, if you don't believe in past lives, the subconscious knows it, and that does not keep you from having a successful session. It simply means that the subconscious is going to take us through memories from this life. We can go through memories in this life for those same lessons to get to the heart of it and reach the subconscious and still reach healing. We do not have to break your boundaries to do that. Please believe what you do. Like, please believe what you do. You can still achieve that healing. So what I do is, I draw you with the through the subconscious mind to your earliest memory, whether it's this life or another life, to where that health issue originated, and we find out what you're supposed to learn from it and just what happened and get all the information we need. And then we move forward to talk back and forth with the subconscious to achieve the healing. The healing is generated through the subconscious mind. It's completely achieved by the subconscious mind. You are the one healing yourself. I'm simply a facilitator. So, my job is to guide you into a deep state of hypnosis. And through those prompts with the subconscious mind to take you to the right places, including to where we meet the subconscious, where I converse with your subconscious mind to generate the healing. And I talk to it and say, have you seen enough? Have you learned the lessons you were intended to, you know, just to find out if what you're dealing with is still useful. When the subconscious says no, they've seen enough, they've learned their lessons, they no longer need these health issues that were meant to teach them certain lessons, that's when I get the subconscious to generate the healing. Mind, body, whatever that is. While the healing is being generated, I ask the subconscious, is it okay if I ask you some questions? And whatever list of questions you made, spiritual questions, life questions, predictions, the things that you're most curious about that keep you awake at night, fuck, you probably want to know if aliens are real, which they are, and you want to see proof of that. Can we go through those questions or even those explorations while you're achieving the healing? Because I have a list of them, and the subconscious always says yes. And I ask for a list of questions while the healing's being achieved. Every every 2, 3 questions, I ask for an update on how the healing is coming along to make sure the healing work does not stop and to make sure it's fully achieved. Before I lift you out of hypnosis, I ask the subconscious to do one more scan of your body, to let me know if everything that can be reached has been. Um, a lot of times, health issues that you were not aware were there or things you were too embarrassed to tell me come up. And then I say, oh, I didn't know that was there. And you're saying that you can resolve that. Can you do that now? And I get a yes. Well, that means you're going to be in hypnosis a little bit longer. Let's get you that resolve. And then I'll ask bonus questions. And I just keep conversing with the subconscious, keeping you in hypnosis while the healing is being generated in your mind and your body. That's how I was trained by Dolores Cannon. I just advanced the methods to hybrid mediumship. I advanced the methods to use other past life regression methods that I've been taught and trained in, with other certifying entities, because Dolores Cannon's script is not one size fits all, and there are a lot of things that are outdated about her script, including her verbiage. And so all I did was update and advance Dolores Cannon's script. The approach is still there. The approach is still Dolores's. The script is not. But the mechanics of it. The mechanics is definitely Dolores's. The script is not as Dolores had it anymore. I do get people that ask me to use Dolores's script who prefer that because they're big fans of her, and so I'll do that, and I'm certified as a QHHT practitioner level 1. I stopped there because the subconscious said that it wasn't meant for me to go level 2 or on. I'm building my own toolbox, and I'm evolving as the subconscious teaches me session after session. Um, but yeah, that's basically the approach. I don't know if you guys have any questions on that, but that's basically the approach. Lisi says, "That's just so amazing. I really hope to be able to do this someday." I hope so too. I'd love to help you. Um, the window that shows all the different times available is not popping up. What is going on with my calendar? This is part of the reason why I'm not getting the bookings that I need on my calendar. Let me go to that page and see if I can just replace the calendar altogether and just put a new one. Like, what? Is that happening to all of you? Can somebody please go look at that calendar and please tell me, um, that is crazy. Oh, I get through blocks with ease. Blocks, and I work with people that can't visualize too. It's basically the way that you get people through past life regressions who can't visualize is to make it much more somatic. You have like, we all have to remember that there are 5 senses, not 1. So just because you can't visualize doesn't mean you don't have 4 other senses to navigate. I do want people to be able to visualize. Um, I do want people to be able to visualize. So I do also take people to a past life to find out where that blocker started and to get to the bottom of it and then to resolve those blockers to open up your ability to visualize. Because that's not just good for like self hypnosis or any hypnosis going forward. That's good for meditation. That's good for somatic dreaming. That's good for daydreaming. I don't believe people should just be left there to not be able to visualize, and that's unless that's what they want. Um, no, I see a part of the issue. I'm just gonna replace this whole fucking calendar. You've gotta be kidding me. Why is it so hard to get a functioning calendar on Wix? Give me a second. Give me what in the fuck? Damn it. I might need to get off here in a minute and figure this out. What in the fuck? What is this page? I'm gonna delete this page and see if I can just rebuild it, if I can't get this figured out. Um, I hate building websites with a passion. I really do. Not my favorite. It's actually my least favorite. Okay. Close this out. Schedule services. Okay, that's fixed. Uno momento. This is like the worst part of my job. Who wants to do websites? Ew. Manage the content booking calendar from your dashboard. Okay, first off, manage. Hold on a second. It says manage services. Let me make sure everything is visible. Number one, does everything say visible? Because they should be. There should be nothing that is not visible. That's number one. Yes? Okay, good. Number two, the way this is showing up. Um, give me a second, guys. I swear I'm gonna figure this out. Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on, I think I figured it out. I think I just figured it out. I think I just figured it out. Wow, I learned something new. Nothing I really wanted to know because I'm not a big website person, but fuck it and put it on a fucking resume. I'm gonna hit publish on these edits, try one more time, and then there's one more thing I'm going to look at. I'm not good at this whatsoever. If I had the money, I would hire somebody. Update booking settings is the last thing I just wanna take a little quickie look at. Okay, think I got it. You guys should go look at it. Wow, that was special of me. So, let me click publish one more time. Alright, so refresh and try it again. That should have worked. Otherwise, I would recommend getting on a computer, and I'm gonna have to find somebody who's willing to do it as a volunteer, unpaid, unfortunately, to look at this site. Or maybe I'll just ask ChatGPT to enlighten me about what I'm still doing wrong on my website. Try it again. I hate tech for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Irma is saying in the chat, "Oh, good morning to your mom, Donna." Good morning, guys. Irma says, "Yes, I'm listening to one of the sessions you sent me. Amazing connecting to senses for people that cannot visualize." So, Irma, I am training people privately who I'm partnering with because, you know, um, my partners who are coming in who can speak different languages, they have their own businesses. It's just partnering together and sharing the options on my website as well, to help people find services with people that can speak their language. Irma is going to cover the Hispanic community. And I sent sessions that I have done for people who cannot visualize. So she's hearing for herself how I approach that. Um, Yeah, so she hears for herself, and I'll have to see which ones I might be able to post up if I get permission to do that from the client. But she's hearing for herself how I do it as a part of that training of, like, how she would approach it as well if, she came across somebody who can't visualize. And basically, all you're really doing is you're making the session much more somatic to lean more heavily on the other senses and letting go of the ability to visualize is how you do that. I think I did on the website. Did you see what I asked? Let me go up. Oh, yeah, no, you don't have to do it live, Donna. You don't have to do it live. We can do it privately. I wanna get you scheduled for that because I would like to do that. I would like to do that session. Um, we just need to get you scheduled because if it's something that isn't too private, we can always just share it later as a recording. You don't have to do it live. I don't want you to feel like you have to do that, just to be able to get a session or anything. If you're positive about it, uh, I mean, we could. I just don't want you to feel like you have to do that to do a session with me, because I wanna be able to help you and your family. We can do it. We can do it live and do it as a demo. Hi, Morgan. Thank you for coming. Morgan says, "This is my first time attending your live." Thank you for being here. Sorry, the camera's a little bit weird on Substack because I have this really weird, wonky phone holder while my other one has my camera for YouTube, because my I'm trying to get my charger. But thank you for being here. And it's nice to meet you. My name is Shay. I was just sharing with everybody my hypnotherapy work. I use past life regression methods to heal all health issues, mental and physical. And we were just talking about the place of that in the midst of tariffs, that the more people that people like me can help to completely reverse health issues to where you don't need those medications anymore, are more lives saved who may not be able to make it without their medications because of those tariffs. I thought that was a pretty alarming news thing to hit the cycle this morning. And the holidays are coming up. So we're just talking about the place of hypnotherapy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to do this. All of my lives get posted on YouTube and Substack. The whole recording is up as well. I'll be here for a little bit longer to answer questions. I try to get on every morning at 9 a.m. This week I was thrown off because I had a cold, and next week I'll be um fully back on schedule. But we were just talking about that with the place of hypnotherapy right now. So, and I'm not on TikTok anymore. I was on it solely, and now I'm trying to figure out how to build up all this other social media because I didn't build a platform on these other places, and I have that extra challenge now of um being able to build up a platform all over again and get my work out there to help as many people as I can while all this is going on. That's a whole new headache all over again for me. Considering that I spent all that time building up to 67,000 people that I was doing lives with on TikTok, it's a headache to go back to rebuilding that. Yeah, thank you so much, Morgan. Oh, that's another reason why, Seeker. Yeah, there's usually no availability on Friday because of everything that I had booked for today. But you were mentioning something about 11:30. I mean, I was gonna hop off here in a little bit anyways and make some coffee. We could do your call real quick and just jump right in. We can still do 11:30. This afternoon I have another hypnosis session, and we looks like with Donna we're gonna schedule a demo. Um I mean, I'm available. And my phone number is on my website, but I'll just post it in the chat as well. So, the reason why I do this is because I'm not afraid of the whole world having my number. I'm not afraid of that, only because it's not like I use my phone number for anything else. I have very few friends in my life. I don't know how many friends I have. They're mostly out of state. Most of my friends I only talk to on social media. I don't have family outside of Darlene and my, 2 chosen moms, and my chosen moms, we talk once a week. If I just didn't use my phone number for my business, my cell phone wouldn't really be used. So I just put it out there. I just use it. So you guys can save that number. Please try not to spam it. Now, it's always on silent. You're never gonna disrupt me in any part of the day. If you have funny memes, by all means, please text those memes to me. Feel free. If you get stuck on my website, you need to book a session, and my calendar is being shit, just text me. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Jay says this is your new family. And with that said, feel free to text me. You can send memes, you can send hellos. My cell phone is on 24-hour do not disturb, silenced. Um, so I only see calls and text messages when I'm available because otherwise my phone goes off all the fucking time. Feel free. You're not bothering me in any way. Um, and I'm not worried about it being so blown up that I don't get to important calls because on silent, my settings are permanent, silenced, do not disturb. The only calls that can come through are from my wife. So my wife is the only one that comes through with any notifications. Everybody else has to wait for me to notice their notification. Um, you can send memes and stuff. This is definitely my family for sure. Sister from another mister, I like that. And she's not just saying this. This is true because Donna knows because we chat all the time on text and we just met recently. That is for sure. Um I I was one of the reasons too that I just felt really emotionally distraught was um it can be hard sometimes being somebody who doesn't have um close family. I don't have anybody even like my age. So when you're in a generation gap marriage and your two chosen moms are elderly, and your aunties are elderly and have dementia, and then you have an older wife, you think to yourself, and especially because I'm not close to my in-laws, at all, really, at all. You just think to yourself, "Oh my gosh, one day when I am a widow, and that's provided that I don't die of unnatural causes, um, you don't have family nearby." And that's something that I emotionally sit with sometimes when it hits me. But that's, I think, a really important part of building this community with the well, I almost said Ethereal Connections. It's no longer that, it's just MH Hypnosis. That's really great building this community and hearing that from you guys, and that, like, support is being reminded that the community that I'm building now through my work and what I do is so vital, not only for you guys, but myself included. Because one day when I am a widow, provided that I don't somehow die first, all I have besides my work is whatever community I built around myself, and that's really, really important. It's important for you guys, but I think about the personal side, like, my focus is mostly on you all. I want you all to heal, I want you all to be whole, I want you to get off your damn medications and not worry about tariff wars. I wanna warn people when predictions come up and we know shit's gonna go down. I am still wanting to know updates, and maybe we'll do that through Donna. I really wanna know updates on when Trump's gonna die. I would really like to know when he's gone. One way or the other, or when this administration's removed, we need to do that. Um, and I'm focused on that because that's how I put out good things in the world and give you guys hope and help and get the fuck off your medications and heal yourself. And then I never really think of myself and what this community does for me. But this work for me, even though I'm the practitioner, is it allows me to meet a lot of people that when we build connections with one another, that's community for me. And then suddenly I look back at all of that and think to myself, oh my God, like I thought that one day I'm going to be utterly alone. Um, and this was many years ahead. I mean, my wife is still young. Even though, there's like almost 30 years between us. We have she's 28 years my senior. Um, to be as young as I will be when she's at that average age, when she goes, like, it's like, "Oh my gosh, there's actually hope I'm probably not gonna be alone." And then suddenly I'm not so sad thinking about the future in that way, you know? Kayla said you have 2 sisters. Oh, I love that. Thank you. So, yeah, you saying that, it's always that reminder of, like, this is my family now, and that really means a lot to me. Um, because I am definitely one of those people that my wife and I did want to have kids. We even talked about adopting, but it's not shaping out this way, not in this world. You just can't raise a family in this kind of economy. My hope was to move to another country that has the kind of family support and family leave and things, all the stuff that's being attacked in the US. But I did a hypnosis session, and I was going through my past lives, um, that I went through. I mean, I've done multiple sessions for myself, and the subconscious said that this life is about mothering myself, um, and doing for myself. And I asked why that was. Like, the actual words from the subconscious, I gotta find that clip because I'm gonna repost it because it's a little bit comedic, serious, but also comedic in a way, in a demented way, said, um, uh, I wanna get this right because I just had it on the top of my head and it slipped for me. Um, basically that, "I hate to break it to you, but it is about you." That's what the subconscious said. "I hate to break it to you, but it is about you." And I said, "What do you?" And so the question was, I didn't say this, my practitioner did for me. "What do you mean by that?" Um, every lifetime, I was shown a timeline of every past life we've seen and past lives I haven't yet visited. And I was shown that my pattern in this karmic cycle is every time we get to the last day of my life, I am happy for everybody but me. And so I say things like, "Look at my children, and I raised them so well. My daughters have supportive husbands who let them do what they want to do with their life. My grandkids, even my great grandkids." And I'm just beaming over my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids. And I'm going on and on and on. And my practitioner noticed that. And she said, "But what about you?" And I said, "What about me?" "Well, aren't do you feel like you've had a fulfilled life, that you're happy?" I kept saying things along the lines of, "No, but it's okay because, like, I don't have to worry about my children, they're okay, like, they're good, but are you good? Like, did you fulfill the things you wanted for yourself?" And then the answer, every single past life to date, was a no. She's like, "Okay." And then we went to the subconscious of this conversation, and that whole quote of, "I hate to break it to you, but it is about you," came back up and then said, "You you're not meant to have kids in this life. You have had children in so many lifetimes that you have done great with, and you survive things and you pass with flying colors." And and she says, "So how come this soul contract then is not closed? If she's passing with flying colors and surviving, she's not ending her life, she's not dying at the hands of somebody, she's surviving. If that's the case, why is it not fulfilled? Because she's not fulfilling her contract." Well, what's still in her contract? And then the subconscious said, "Shay's issue is failure to thrive." And when I listened back to my hypnosis sessions, I cried and I was stunned. It floored me. I feel a little bit floored on the inside as I repeat it and say that. But the words that dropped from the subconscious out of my mouth was failure to thrive. Like Shay survives. Shae has survived so much hell, and she decided that she wanted more of a challenge because she's lived so many lives where she stopped ending it or stopped giving up, and then she started surviving with ease, and she would survive, but she didn't fulfill that contract of learning to live fearlessly and to thrive, and that's the last part of the contract, and it is just as important. Thriving is as important as the actual survival, and until she does that, the contract is not fulfilled and she's gonna do it again. And she's every time she passes away, she does so well as a mother, as a wife, as somebody who's on the front lines. We found out that I was a suffragette. She was a suffragette. She was all of these things. She was on the right side of history. She was in protests. She's done everything for the whole world and her children and her spouses, and she's done nothing for herself. And she dies unhappy. And I was like, I woke up and I was listening to the session. I'm like, you mean I have to learn how to be happy? What? It feels easier. It feels easier now to just survive more shit. And it's like, but that's the problem. Surviving now comes easy to you, but thriving does not come easy to you. You have to actually learn to put everything down and go outside and do things you actually enjoy doing that bring you joy. You have to learn how to make yourself happy and thrive. That is the hardest thing that I've ever heard, because if you guys, like, know me and what a workaholic I am and how much I'm so passionate about just pouring, pouring, pouring out, that's probably the worst thing you can tell a workaholic is that you need to go learn how to make yourself happy. It's like, that is exactly why your pregnancies did not work. This is why or I have not been able to have children. I say pregnancies, but there was actually only one miscarriage that I had. But this is why the doors keep shutting. Because, like, after the miscarriage that I had, we tried to go through IVF, and every IVF door was closing because of the Trump administration, because of issues with the healthcare system. And so every door that we tried to open to try to have kids just was closing. But this is why. Because for once, you need to have a life that is about living for yourself and being happy and not creating dependence. Giving is easy, receiving is not easy. It is like the worst. It is the hardest lesson for me. That is out of character for me. Completely out of character. I don't even know how to take $5 from somebody when I need to go and get a coffee and a bus ride if I realize I forgot my wallet at home. Going on vacation and actually using it to do the things that I want, just ah! And then, like, when we were packing even for this most recent camping trip, my wife was like she was reminding me about this, and she said, "You need to pack books that aren't meant to advance your hypnosis work. You need to read something that is not about building your skill sets. Like, find something fictional, a book about dragons, maybe you or aliens or some kind of science fiction, Sharknado, something entertaining because I love reading books." And my wife was reminding me, she's like, "Please don't pack hypnosis books. Don't don't do it. Don't read something that's gonna make you think about your business and how you can advance it. Just uh, go through a pile of our fictional books and pick out a story you wanna read by a fire." And I had to put my hypnosis books down. No. Stop. Stop. Stop advancing yourself for one weekend. That ah! Now she did let me have one Dolores Cannon book, and I am reading, They Walked with Jesus. I am reading this. Yes, it gave me a little bit of inspiration, but it was not about challenging every belief that I have. It was just about, like, stories of people connecting who knew Jesus. But I also packed another book. I think it was Glennon Doyle's book. I forgot what it's called, but because I started to read it and I put it down. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stare at some trees in the sun. Babes, you don't know how to just be. Sam is one of my best friends. She's literally a sister. I'm extremely close to Sam in the chat on Substack. She knows me better than most, like inside and out, and that is a very true statement. I don't know how to just be, but most of us are not good at that either. Sorry, I just sniffled in front of you guys. I don't mean to be gross on the camera, but I'm still a little bit congested. Yeah, there's no that's true, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know how to just be. So vacations are a little bit comedic because, like, am I really on vacation or do I just not have sessions, but I'm reading a ton of books and writing a new script and drawing out ideas for my business by a river? Am I really going swimming or am I daydreaming about what's next? Not do I shut my mind off? Do I sleep in the woods or does my mind run ragged and the only difference is the destination? Like instead of my mind running ragged at home, is it running ragged in a tent in the middle of the woods? You know, what is vacation? Just don't start picking your nose, will be fine otherwise. Wow, thanks, Sam. I love you. I really do. So yeah, that's all my spiels. I mean, I could go on much more. There's so much more that we could talk about. I am gonna get off here soon because I am gonna do that consultation. Jay says I have an overactive mind also. Thank you. See, relatability. That's exactly where I'm at. I have that 1 hour. I'm gonna jump to that with Seeker. Um, and then this afternoon I have a hypnosis session, which I'm really excited about. And I am going to book the next demo. So the next demo is definitely going to be with Donna, to help her dad who has dementia. And we're going to get that booked. Um, I just want to make sure she didn't think that she had to do that because tough times for a lot of us. You know, you don't have to be a volunteer and do your session publicly as an energy exchange. There's other ways to, I don't know, energy exchange for services if you're not doing great. I don't require you to plaster yourself on the internet with your issues. But I always double check that. I'm not that kind of person. Seriously, I'd rather just do the session. But probably not tonight. Because the session that I have this afternoon already goes into the evening and I'm gonna be fucking tired. Because it's a long session. Maybe tomorrow night we could do a demo? I don't think my wife and I have anything planned tomorrow night. If that remains to be the case, and I'll double check with her, we might do a demo tomorrow night. I will look. Mm, yeah, I'll look. Sunday! That's a great idea. Sunday's even better. Oh, Sam, we talked about that. You're right. We were talking about that Sundays are great, and that's when you're off as well, and I really, 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 really want you there. I really want you there. That's right, Sam. Thank you for reminding me about our phone call. We did talk about doing demos on having a demo on Sundays. Okay. I'll post the date for everybody. Let's do Sunday then. We should do another demo. We need to make a list of prediction things that we need to get insights on. Because this country and this world's going to shit, and I mean, I by myself have probably about 50 questions. Not gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna get off and make more coffee because I want to do this call. Seeker, DM me. I forgot what your first name is. I meant to write it down. Please remind me and just DM me your phone number, and I'm gonna give you a call. And the rest of you, this live is going to be posted on Substack and YouTube. I always click the whole, when this live is ready, posted immediately thing. And YouTube is connected to Substack. So it just goes to both automatically. Please feel free to review. I am going to take the transcript and copy and paste it into CapCut or not CapCut, ChatGPT and ask it to make chapters for me. YouTube chapters have helped so you can click through it easily for each unique thing we talked about, including my mental breakdown. Oh, yeah, you can call me. That's right. I just shared my phone number on here. That's right. And the phone number's on my on it as well. As soon as I log out here, I am going to turn on my notifications briefly so your call can go through and you can call me. I'm right now logging off of YouTube and then Substack. The rest of you, it looks like I will probably get on this weekend as well if my wife and I don't have plans, I'll probably log on just to hang out with you guys. Otherwise, Sunday it is, and then back to regular lives on Monday. Please, for the love of God, check out my calendar and please tell me it's working. If my calendar's not working, message me. I'm gonna try to just delete the entire calendar page and rebuild it and see if that works. Kind of like a pull the plug out, plug it back in, shut it off, turn it back on and see if that works. Because I don't like the fact that you guys are saying that you can't book into October. That should not be a thing. As a matter of fact, really quickly, let me just go to my website, not through Wix, just as a customer. I'm gonna try to book a session with myself and see what happens. Menu, book online. I'm just gonna book a session, cancel it. A session with myself. Multidimensional healing hypnosis. Schedule appointment. Little test. No availability this week. Oh no, it goes into October now. I'm on it right now. I'm in the calendar. I'm in October and I'm going through and I'm clicking the arrows and I'm moving through October. Now I'm in November. Now I'm in December. It works. If it's not working on your cell phone, I can always test that. You might just have to do desktop or call me. If you go to my desktop, there's a little Easter egg for you guys on my site. I've been struggling, just giving all the love that my inner child needs. If you go to the desktop version, there is a childhood picture of is that 4-year-old me? It's probably the cutest picture of me when I was about 4. It looks like I look like Michelle Tanner from Full House with my jaw dropped, opening up a present with my Winnie the Pooh little drink thing, and it's a photo that I use as a part of the banner, as a nod to my inner child that I know would be proud of present me. It is the most 90s picture. It is the most 90s picture you will ever see from me. I was born in '92, so if I'm, like, 4, we're talking about the mid-90s. This photograph is so '90s. Um, so if you want that Easter egg, go to the desktop version, and there you go. That's my nod to my inner child, who I've been trying to give more love to while I heal from my own shit. And that's it. Alright, let me get off here because I wanna do that call. Seeker, call me.